Hello, in this video we're going to go over how to do a background check in the state of Missouri. So to get started, visit MissouriPublicRecords.org. On the home page, I will leave a link in the description. You can click on that or just type it into your browser. On the home page, you're going to find a database of lots of different public record databases in the state of Missouri. Now, depending on what type of a background check you're doing, you might be able to utilize some of these databases. Let's say you're trying to hire a contractor for a remodeling job in your house. For instance, there's a database where you can verify to make sure everything is legit, the licensing is there. And maybe on top of that, you could also run, say, like a criminal check, make sure there isn't any financial lawsuits, things like that. So there's multiple ways you could use this. I'm just going to go over some of the more basic systems that are available in the state of Missouri. So if you hover over other records, you're going to notice there are specialized pages. These are the most sought after records, and so we created a detailed page for these. So anything from court records to property records to warrant checks. I'm going to go ahead and select background check. And as you can see, one of the first options available are the statewide tools. So these tools would be looking at records and gathering information from multiple counties into a single system. So anything from you have courts, you have a criminal history check, you have prison records and the sex offender registry. If you scroll down, you will also find the most populous counties, and some of these databases you might not necessarily be able to access at the state level, and you would need to access them at the county level. For instance, arrests and bookings, those would not necessarily be in the prison system. Those would just be in like a local sheriff's department, on a local sheriff's department website. So it just depends what type of research you're doing, but you have multiple tools both at the county level and at the state level to use for your background checks. Now, if you hover over other records, you might be able to also use court records, criminal records, property records. Maybe you want to look at somebody's financial information, things like that. Maybe you'd like to find out if they have a warrant out for their arrest. So you have quite a few different options to work with. And another thing to consider here is the name search on top. Now, what this does is it doesn't just look at county information or state information in the state of Missouri. It goes outside the state and pulls records from multiple states, multiple databases, and it also has private databases. So why would that be important? Part of the reason is because people do move around, and if you're just looking at local county or state records, you might be missing something. So this gives you an opportunity to look at public records that people might have had in the previous state that they lived in, or even multiple states at times. So these are the tools. You have your county, you have your statewide, and then you also have your private database to really enhance your search. With that said, visit MissouriPublicRecords.org and come on down and get started on your Missouri background check. Thanks.